Hi everyone, in this video I will show you how you can create your own pool on Uniswap V4 using Foundry. So we will basically create a brand new project here. We will set all necessary stuff, write a script that will create a new pool for us. So I will use Cipollio testnet network for today. So make sure you have all necessary tokens, testnet tokens for that. And I also recommend you to try to run these commands, to write these scripts and run these commands on testnet first, and only after that do it on mainnet. So let's get started. So the first, what I'm going to do is basically create a new project. I'm gonna run forge init, and I'm gonna paste it here. It will create a new project for me. So after successful creation of the project, what we actually need to do is just to remove the script, source, and test folder, because we're gonna write our own contracts here. And the next step that we actually need to do is basically install the Uniswap V4 contracts, right? So I'm just gonna clear this stuff, and I'm gonna run forge install Uniswap V4 core and forge install Uniswap V4 periphery. But if you have such error, we need like to add dash dash now dash commit message here, and at the end also dash dash no dash commit, and it will install all necessary contracts, interfaces, and other stuff that requires to work with Uniswap V4. So after successful installation, I will also install the OpenZeppelin contracts. It will be required for us to deploy a test token. I mean mock token. I don't know. It's gonna be like the USDT, USDC, or whatever. Because with these token or with these tokens that you will create, with these tokens we will create the pool. So I'm gonna like run the command forge install OpenZeppelin contracts. Of course, I also need to add dash dash no dash commit, and it will automatically install OpenZeppelin contracts version 5. Alright, so after successful installation, I already prepared all necessary stuff that that we need in order like to create a new pool on Uniswap V4. And the first step is going to be writing a mock ERC20 contract. Right, so that's the pretty simple, the pretty basic mock ERC20 token with pausable, burnable, and ownable functions. Basically, all what we need to do is basically to specify the name and the symbol, decimals, and initial supply of the token. It allow us to deploy a token with different decimals. We also have an option like to mint these tokens or burn them. Also, it's only available for the owner of the token, pause and the override function. Nothing special, just the basic mock ERC20. We will use it in order to create a pool. And let's start with writing our create pool script. So in order to create a pool on Uniswap V4, of course, first we need to do is basically to deploy our token. So I am using mockRC20 that I already prepared. I will use new mockRC specify token, and this token will have 18 decimals. And these 18 decimals, and of course initial supply is going to be 1 million ether. It's more than enough to create a pool. We don't even actually need to have a tokens in order like to create a pool, but it doesn't matter for us. And so I actually prepared for you some kind of configuration settings, what this pool will look like, right? So the pool will be the native ETH token. Remember that Uniswap V4 allow us to create a pools with native tokens. We don't need anymore to wrap these ETH native tokens in WATH, and it's actually we don't need it anymore. And our token that we will deploy. Okay, so The fee of this pool will be 500, which is basically means 0.05%. The tick spacing is going to be 10. And what is tick spacing? So basically, tick spacing responsible like for to move price between two these tokens whenever some swaps like makes on this pool. So it's basically responsible for price management, let's say like that. And what about hooks? I don't have any hook contracts, so we will not actually use it. Okay, so the core stuff, the core structure that each pool requires on Uniswap V4 is basically the pool key. So this pool key it's a struct that requires two different currencies, fee, tick spacing, and hook address. In order to specify what kind of currency, we need to import the currency library from V4 Core library. So we will use the currency library. We will call wrap function on this. And why I'm using this address 0 is because in order to create a pool with native currency, you need to paste here address 0. And the second currency is going to be my token, basically. So the fee is going to be not 10,000, it's going to be 500. I made some mistake here. And the tick spacing is going to be 10. Hook is going to be address 0, and that's actually it for the pool key struct. In the next step is basically going to be we need like to create what kind of initial price this contract this pool will have. This is the crucial part, one of the crucial part during contract creation, because when you want to create a pool, you need to specify exactly like the correct price between these tokens, right? And this price actually this price represents in such formula. So we use floor square root token 1 amount token 0 multiplied by 2 in power of 96, which is basically SQRT ratio x96. And how can we do that? So I prepared a function for you in Solidity that will basically cover all necessary mathematical logic for that. All you need to do is basically paste the amount 1 of tokens and amount 0 of tokens, and this function return you a skewed ratio, right? So for this video I am using two numbers. So I would like to say that for 1 ETH I would like to get 1000 tokens. I mean, like, let's just specify it here. So 1 ETH equals to 1000 tokens. And that's why I choose for amount 0, 1 and amount 1 for 1000. And basically the next step is going to be encode these values too, and we will get screw trade price x96, or basically the starting price. But let's talk in case if to these tokens in our pool will have different decimals, right? Let's take an example. I will show you an example. We'll talk if token decimals are not the same in the pool. And let's take a look at USDC. So the USDC has 6 decimals, and let's say we have a pool is USDC, and 1 ETH is equal to 1000 USDC. So in that case, amount 0 we need to specify exactly with the decimals. So in our case, the amount 0 is going to be 1 Ether, and amount 1 is going to be 1000 plus 6 decimals. This is pretty important step, because if you will set other values, the starting price in the pool will be not correct. You will need to redeploy your token, and create a new pool again. And that's actually it. So that's the most important stuff that you need to specify during pool initialization in the Uniswap V4. And basically, the last step that you need to do is basically the call function initialize in the pool manager. So that's the address of Ethereum Sepolia. If you want like to get the all necessary addresses of the Uniswap V4 contracts, you need to go to their documentation. So you need to import the iPool manager. Again, all imports you can find over here with of course remappings, because I use remappings here. So don't forget to use remappings, right? It's pretty cool stuff. And the iPool manager we call initialize function. Initialize function takes two arguments. First argument is going to be the pool key struct, and the second one is square root price x96. And make it's really important, like to, because you will definitely get an error. We need to use uint 160 here. Okay, this initialize function will return you a pool tick. That's like the tick that will create during the pool initialization, and the pool tick is int 24. That's actually it. That's all you need to know about pool creation in Uniswap V4. It's pretty simple. It's pretty understandable. I prepared the function that will encode you the starting price. This is also one of the key values here. During pool creation. That's actually it. I will also push to the repository. You can find a repository under this video, where you can like just clone this or something. I will later on add some new scripts here. We will definitely mint position here, or maybe, I don't know, add liquidity functions. I will add here in later videos. But make sure that you copy .env.example here, and you paste all necessary information in Sepolia and Sepolia RPC URL and Etherscan RPC API key. Also, make sure that you specify correct account and the sender when you will create a pool, when you will run the script create pool. I prefer use just file, or you can just copy it and specify RPC URL, whatever you want, account, sender, or private key. I don't know what you use, but I prefer to use account because it's more secure. And that's actually it. Nothing more you need to know about how to create a pool in Uniswap V4. So what I'm gonna do is basically run the just create pool, and let's just enter. All right, we will run the function. I can see that everything works fine on the simulation, but I forget to add one really important stuff that I really like. It's basically the console, right? When you run all scripts, don't forget to import the console from forge.std console.sol. I will say that console, or maybe let's just add at the end. So console.log token deployed to, and add address of the token. Okay, we have like the address here, token 1, and console.log pool deployed to. And we need like to understand where the pool, maybe you know what, I would say pool tick is, because pool tick eth, because in order like to get the pool address, we need to go to the Etherscan. And let's just run this script again. enter the key password, and we have two transactions. First is initialize of the pool, and the second one is basically deploying our token. So for now, what we have is basic verification of the token. I can see that the Etherscan now has verification our token. Let's just see. I can see that contract is deployed with verification. We can see token tracer token, and let's see some kind of emit. We have like the fee hook, right? So, and that's the transaction that basically we call to initialize an pool. We can see the logs here, and we can see that the address is like the pool manager here, and we can see initial tick of this square root price x96. Right, that's it. We can see that the pool has been created successfully. You can use this script to create the pools. You can find all source code in the description of this video, and thank you very much for watching.